Has Robbie always loved Cecilia? And if not, at what point did he kind of realize they're more than friends?
I think Robbie has been a brother to Cecilia for most of his life, and I think he has loved her that way. And I think from the ages up 15, 16 upwards, he started to realise that he has feelings for her. And as he's deepened and grown in depth as a person, I think his love has grown and gained depth for her as well. And I think he's realised that it's love. I think I decided around about the age of 19, 20, just as they were starting to go to university, he got very angry with her for being such a snob to him, for ignoring him all of a sudden. And I think very quickly he realised he wanted to be with her, in every way.
Now, he is from kind of the lower classes. He's basically a commoner who's growing up in this sort of realm of privilege and wealth. Is he comfortable around that? Is he kind of like smudging off of it, or does he feel sort of uncomfortable in any way around that family?
I think to feel comfortable with it shouldn't be described as sponging off it.
Yeah.
The guys.
No, not that I meant
the guys patronised, I suppose, by a rich family. I think he's closer to the family's father than any of that guy's children. I think he's very comfortable with it. I think the great thing about Robbie is that he's open and he has empathy. He's working class, and lives in a world that is not working class, and he operates in that world. But he's so good, he's so together, he's so strong with himself that he doesn't have any kind of working class chip on his shoulder. He doesn't wear his class like a badge, but he also doesn't deny his class. And I think it makes people feel very uncomfortable because he doesn't fall into any stereotypical kind of, this is who he is, or he's the chippy, working class guy. He's the social climber. He's whatever. He's not any of those things. He's higher than anybody else in that film in terms of his character, and I think it makes people feel uncomfortable because it challenges the social, the received social structure. In about 10 years' time, the world will be ready for people like Robbie Turner. Right. It will need people like Robbie Turner. So many hundreds of thousands of men in Europe and from America as well will have died, that you need young men who have industry, who have intelligence, who are willing to work, and young women actually as well. And slowly the kind of social barriers and the sexual barriers start to erode, But now in 1935, the world doesn't need people like him yet. Everybody needs to know their place, and he makes people feel uncomfortable. He terrifies people, and if it wasn't for that strange social distinction of him occupying this no man's land in society, I don't think he would have been put in the position that he is ultimately put in by a 12-year-old maniac.
Now, I was going to ask you, what does he feel about Bryony before the accusation and kind of afterwards? Can he ever really truly forgive her, or she basically burned her bridge at a very young age?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if it's ever a question of forgiveness. She becomes his nemesis, Yeah. I think he spent a long time in his, 2 different prisons, France and jail, imagining everything to do with her, trying to forgive her, rejecting it, trying again, imagining murdering her, imagining killing her, incredible. The fact that he doesn't kill her in that scene is quite incredible to me, yeah.
Now, you're going to be making, you've done genre films before, like, Children of Narnia, and, Chronicles of Narnia and Children of Dune, but Wanted is your big first, stateside kind of popcorn flick and a starring role in it. Does your process change at all when you're doing some big thing like that, or is it still just know your lines and don't bump into things, kind of that old adage,
No, I don't think it would ever be that. I think I'd stop acting if I ever came to that point.
Yeah.
No, in a way the process doesn't change, but in a way it does. Your process changes. I don't have one system that I bring to every character. I try and become a different actor for every character, but you have to use different skills for every character. And yeah, that was just a natural extension into Wanted. The character that I play has a lot of depth and he's got a lot of complexity. And without that, I wouldn't have taken the role, whether it's a popcorn flick or not. Yeah. And that was something that I was really excited about, to be able to play a real complex character who is not only complex and in a popcorn flick, but is also played by somebody I think more representative of the entire human race than just the alpha male that you see all the time as that kind of hero figure, And I'm always moaning when I go to the movies, I don't want to always see the alpha male figure. So when they gave me a part like that, I was like, I better take it, you know. Otherwise, you know, put my money where my mouth is. So it was a great opportunity. I loved doing it.